I know you just issued a 100 days report card. Do you want to just share with me a few of the highlights? First 100 days, but you had an announcement about homelessness policy.
Yeah.
And so that, of course, has been a focus of yours. So will you tell us sort of the details, what came out of the work you've been doing with that?
So we actually, we had resolved it within 100 days. We just did announce it within 100 days. We couldn't schedule it, scheduling conflicts. But in the past, when individuals would show up to the center in the Bronx and would present themselves as being homeless, when they were denied, the Department of Homeless Services only gave them 4 hours to basically vacate the premises. And now they will be allowed to spend the night, and they have to vacate the premises the next morning. And oftentimes they are denied housing primarily because their paperwork is incomplete or inaccurate, and or to just the inability to they have to determine whether or not there's any housing options. And oftentimes, if they indicated that there was a relative, they were often denied. It was really an inhumane way of dealing with the homeless crisis in the city of New York, as opposed to providing them with permanent housing. And so the Department of Homeless Services, under the leadership of Bill de Blasio and Commissioner Gilbert, basically decided, one, they would have to vacate the premises the next day. They could spend the night. Two, that there would be a hotline where they would be given information with respect to services that are available in the city of New York. And three, they would have sort of a fair hearing, if you will, to determine why they were denied housing for the city of New York.
And that's going to apply to homelessness shelters and centers all over the city?
For homeless families have the right to shelter. Mm-hmm. It's really primarily for homeless families in the city of New York.
So where do we see homelessness policy going next? Do we see a return, you think, to a rent subsidy program?
As you know, there's 52,000 homeless individuals who are sleeping in our shelters this evening. A third of them are children. And as you know, during the hearing recently in the city council, where we heard from the commissioner, Gilbert, he indicated that he was about to travel to Albany to fight for housing subsidies. And as you know, Governor Cuomo at that time said it was too late. Mm-hmm. And then, he had an about-face within 24 hours. And then at the end of the day, when the budget was passed, we discovered that, in fact, the housing policy has some housing initiatives, and housing subsidy was, in fact, included in the budget. I want to thank Governor Cuomo, and obviously want to thank Mayor Bill de Blasio, as well as the commissioner. And also, as you know, I raised the issue and had reached out as well to make sure that, in fact, there was another housing subsidy included in the budget, similar to the Advantage program, which was discontinued under former Mayor Bloomberg.
Do we think we're going to see a revisiting of a subsidy program? Any idea on when we might be looking at that?
I just know that the subsidies are there, and I don't know whether or not it's going to mirror that of the Advantage program. But there will be a subsidy program. In addition to that, a subsidy program for individuals living with HIV and AIDS, which was really important. And so those are two accomplishments that Mayor Bill de Blasio can take credit for in his first 100 days, and I want to congratulate him.